to my girl Drew, but this video is giving me low-key, low budget.
Don't you agree?
Because the day of, I went to it.
Yet?
And
I have yet to purchase because when I was trying to purchase, the website wasn't working.
Being kicked out of the back end. It's a
okay, girl, bye.
Site is up. My site's been up for 2 months.
Yeah, but you didn't.
Over 2 months, actually.
Yeah, with the stuff from She by Shein and. I don't want to argue about this because that's the last. Girl, yours, yes, it don't compare because yours don't exist no more. Because
I did go to Drew's music video earlier. Hey, let me call her FaceTime. She's so fake, she might flip over. Hi, beautiful. Hey.
Girl, I'm about to get the fuck up out of here because
We're good or you feel away.
Absolutely. You're right.
Come in.
Bitch, get off my phone. She take the attitude much. Bitch, you are built like a whole square. You are bad body. Your man don't even want you. Bitch, you are deranged. Want to be after.
What's up, y'all? It's Brian Keith, and I'm back with another video. Today we're going to be looking at the Real Housewives of Atlanta, episode 8, roller skates and blind dates. So y'all, like, comment, subscribe. Let's get into the video.
Yeah, let me check my shit real quick. Hotter than the fire coming out my flaming lips. You wanna play with me? You can't play in me. On the playground, bitch, you can't play with me. Got it, want it, securing the bag.
We open the episode up with Drew basically on mommy duty. Her daughter just got over having the flu, so everything was cool there. And we see that she's excited about, you know, shooting her music video. She already got the locations down, so she's really excited about just basically getting that content out, having a visual for the song that she already know. We already heard it like in episode 2, so yeah. When I tell you I yelled when Drew was like, Alexa, play on Already Know by Juice Adore.
Alexa, play Already Know by Juice Adore.
But she finally got it right. They played the song because she basically trying to show her 8 count to her friend. Like, yo, I got my 8 count down. And like, she's over here doing 8 count. And she's like, 1, 2, out the gate. As Lorianne Gibson would say, out the gate. Drew, you messed up the steps.
let's go back. Too much.
Too much neck, honey. Too much neck. Like, you messed up the steps already out the gate like a boom boom cat. Like, you messed it already up. So I'm just like, it was something light, nothing too crazy. We see Ralph comes in and, you know, Drew's mom and sister is coming to Atlanta.
on Monday, and Allison's friend got approved to drive her here, so she's coming on Wednesday.
And, you know, I guess there's beef between Ralph and Drew's sister, and we find out that Drew's sister Allison suffers from mental illness concerns and things like that. And, you know, Ralph feels that, you know, basically he has issues with some things that transpired in the past. And Drew asked him, like, well, how do you feel? He said, I mean, I feel like how I feel back then because, you know, I banned her from my house.
Pretty serious accusations about Ralph being controlling and manipulative. So yeah, for that reason, she was banned from our home for a few years.
I said, so Ralph banned your sister for basically calling it what it is. Calling a spade a spade. Because you could add on gaslighter. You could add on agitator. You're not about to tell me that my family member is not allowed, especially if they didn't do anything egregious. That's why I feel like, what did she do that was so egregious? Because if it's the examples of just saying you're controlling and manipulative, I don't think that is enough to ban someone for your house since 2020. But you know, Drew, you know, she damn near give me Jasmine from Summer House. Yeah. So we stopped by Sheree, and she's on a call with her operations manager, and they're basically trying to launch some new products on the site. Sheree feels that, you know, she has something to prove by getting more units onto her site and having people, you know, be able to buy her stuff because, you know, she's steady calling Kandi a hater.
It's important when new products come in to prove haters like Kandi wrong. She by Sheree is not out yet.
And I feel like Kandi and Dr. Heavenly have this situation where they're always going to have people come at them for the things that they say, because they do review the show, and they do, when the season's over, they do talk about things that come up in the headlines. So I feel like they have like such a big platform that does go on blogs, that does get picked up by the Shade Room, Neighborhood Talk, Peach Daily, stuff like that. I mean, the girls are obviously going to get mad, right? So Sheree basically invites Kandi to a meetup, because Sheree's just like, how's she gonna sit up here and just talk about me? And it's different for me. Like, let's say like it's me, I could talk about them on the show because I'm walking the streets of DC. Kandi walking the streets of Atlanta. But you know, we transfer over to Marlo, and she's on live talking to, I think it's like her Foster Fridays, right? And she's talking to kids about, you know, that have been affected by the foster care system or in the foster care system, and how can they benefit from it and, you know, move forward productively in their lives, right? So Sonya walks in, she's like, hey girl, what's up, girl? So you already know Sonya's the type of girl that she always gonna bring the mess, and she always trying to stir something, figure something out, and deep dive. Girl, at some point, just have a chill conversation, because you don't have to deep dive everything, but who cares? So they sit down and catch up. Sonya basically brings up, like, you know, Mommy Nation's gonna be in Belts. I'm like, okay, Belts. So, you know, I'm not mad at that. Congratulations to Sonya. Cool. So Sonya then goes straight to it, and she's just like, so Marlo, you know, I see you different than the other girls, and I just want the other girls to see you the way I see you.
I feel like the other girls don't know. And when you're in the group, whatever it is, they bring that old Marlo out of you. For me,
So while Sonya's basically bringing up this conversation, to be honest, I don't think Marlo really give a damn. She's just like, girl,
Yeah, I understand. But
Marlo's like, yeah, you know, I agree with you, but then I don't agree with you as well. Marlo's like, well, you know, at the end of the day, when you brought up about the flowers, what did Kandi say? Kandi said she F the flowers, basically like, you know, F my nephew, F my sister. She didn't say F your sister. And that's the thing with like what people are saying. You basically take something someone says out of the context and create your own context. She didn't say F your sister or your nephew. Kandi knows the situation is BS, and she's saying in general, F the situation, because you're trying to align me with a situation that I had nothing to do with. Unfortunately, sadly, you know, her nephew lost his life. But what does that have to do with Kandi? He didn't work there. It wasn't by anybody that worked there. So what are we talking about? Right? Marlo's like, you know, at the end of that, I'm trying to be a better version of myself, but you know, the other girls just pull me down. They just pull me down all the time. And I just feel like, even when we see the combo that Marlo had in the car with Drew, even though I feel like, you know, she was over here trolling, I'm just like, girl, you went back to the same old Marlo. Like, my whole thing is, be your authentic self. I don't want you, oh, you know, I'm changed. Girl, if you're going to be rowdy and dragging people and shading people, just be that. But don't over here try to say, well, you know, I'm trying to change. I'm trying to better myself. I'm trying to, you know, do this, that, and the third. It's not working, clearly. Sonya tries to pull the real out of her, but Marlo basically shut it down. She's just like, girl, anyway, I'm going on a blind date. And, you know, Sonya just goes with the flow, like, yeah, girl, blind date. We see Kandi and Sheree. They finally meet up. Candy's over here in a jogging suit, and Candy's like,
I know you didn't come out here in a mink.
and Sheree got heels on. She got a mink on. No shade to Kandi. Sit down and go straight to it. And Sheree is over here like kind of pissed off, because she's just like, Kandi, you over here just been shading my business and doing this, that, and the third, making comments about my she by she.
You on other platforms talking negatively about my business. You have a huge platform. All right. So when you say
Sheree felt like Kandi, you know, shaded her business in the media, this, that, and the third. And Sheree was like, you know, at the end of the day, my site, you're trying to say that my site crashed, my site didn't crash. And Kandi was like, I mean, I'm just saying the things that other people are saying. Like, this is already out there. I didn't just create this.
been on there for 2 months.
Honestly, I have yet to purchase, because when I was trying to purchase, the website wasn't working.
Like, I did try to purchase stuff on your website. Your website was crashed, so I couldn't do anything about it. I felt like Kandi was alluding that the website didn't crash. The website was just never ready. Because mind you, if you watch my old video that I did during the reunion, I tried to buy something from her website and couldn't. So, I mean, it is what it is. So Sheree basically trying to explain herself. And, you know, when Sheree starts explaining herself, she over-explains, and it's just like, girl, you seem like you are lying.
42 or whatever. They're getting kicked out of the back end. It's a holiday. So we can't get paid. This is a Sunday. Was it Sunday or Monday?
So, you know, Sheree tells Kandi, you know, you don't come to me for music advice, and I damn sure don't come to you for fashion advice. And I feel like this is when we start going south with the shade, right? So, you know, Kandi then brings up, you know, at the end of the day, you know, she by Sheen, boo 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 boo.
For 2 months, actually.
Yeah, with the stuff from She by Shein and the stuff that
No, she by Sheree. She not by Shein.
My whole thing is Sheree's trying to find, I feel like Sheree is a very reactive shade thrower, when somebody shake Sheree, she gets gagged, get flustered, and then all of a sudden she want to go back, but it never lands because she's always and then throw the shake.
And that's, I never said, well, at least you can give them. Well, they were very cheaply, but you can actually get them too.
I don't even have a brand of clothes. We just sell other.
It just never lands how it's supposed to land. So my whole thing with Kandi's situation is, I feel like, Sheree, you want to shade Kandi, but Kandi is literally one of the top 10, damn near probably top 5, most successful housewives that have profited from this platform. They use the platform right. So I feel like everybody wants to throw shade at Kandi, but I'm like, Kandi used the platform and the opportunities that was given to her, and she just ran with it. The girl got a restaurant, Broadway plays, and dildos.
Things like, so all you have to do is ask. Instead of putting these false narratives out like, oh, the stuff that's on her.
Put that out. You put that out. You're like, you're the.
Sheree over here is just like, well, you know, at the end of the day, like, my stuff is good. My stuff is good. We just waiting on the drops. We got to do our drops. We got to wait for our drops, the different drops, the different drops. I'm just like, girl, I think we got it from the first drop. Well, what are we talking about? So Kandi tells Sheree, at the end of the day, you're mad that I repeated something that was already out. Boom. And then Sheree's like, you're spreading false narratives. They cut it short because literally it was getting aggressive for no reason. Like, they were really arguing down.
Store too. I used to own a store too. So I do understand. I want to argue about this, don't compare.
Girl, yes, it don't compare because yours don't exist no more.
And like Kandi said, like, why are we even arguing? It's not that deep. It's not that serious. She said, I acknowledge what I did. You know, I stepped across the line. Cool. And I acknowledge that. And I apologize.
I understand you being upset. Mm-hmm. And I can take in account that I should not have said those things.
Sheree accepts it, and you know, they can move in a better place. They left off joking, so hopefully they're better. Mind you, Sheree, she did bring up, she's like, yeah, Kandi, I brought a party of 12 to your restaurant, waited 3 hours for food, and she's like, I didn't go to the media to talk about your bad, nasty service. So we transfer over to the next day, and we see Kandi and Todd that basically trying to cast people for the role for his movie.
So I didn't want to play a similar character in this movie.
She didn't want to be typecast as the
as a girl to be turning people out.
Kandi was supposed to like be in the movie, but then Todd really wants Drew to play like the mother, and Kandi just doesn't feel like she wants to play opposite, so she's just like, you know, Drew could definitely be in the movie, this and the third, cool. So they were just trying to figure that situation out.
Absolutely sure you want her to play that role.
I think she has the look and she can act. I think she really has the look of my vision for the.
Now we see Drew sit down with her mother, right? And it's on the eve of the video shoot, and you know, basically, you know, Drew's sister, she arrived at the house later on.
Allison arrived super late,
and Ralph was in the bed. Ralph did not greet her. Even the daughter greeted her. It was like around like what, after they production left and everything. So we're at Drew's video shoot, and it's giving very much ATL the movie. And everyone shows up besides Kandi and Sheree. Everybody looks cute. This and the third. Sonya has a question because she's just like, okay, Drew, you know, you busted your Achilles twice.
I'm gonna be roller skating after you busted your ass in Jamaica trying to run.
You know, they start filming, and Kenya's just like, you know, this is giving real low budget.
Okay, no offense to my girl Drew, but this video is giving me low-key, low-budget, Beyonce blow vibes.
Now, if we can compare Drew's video to Candace's video, I'm gonna have to go with Drew's video. And Candace is my girl now, but I'm gonna have to go with Drew's video. So, you know, Ralph and Drew's sister, they have this tender moment and they're reconnecting, and, you know, they start crying tears.
The blessing comes in the wait. The blessing comes in the wait. Oh my God.
But to be honest, I really didn't hear the whole conversation because all I could focus on was the girl over here. Full speed into the wall.
Oh my God.
But in all seriousness, you know, everybody has this tender moment. Drew comes over. She's, oh my God. Everybody hugs. And it was just really cute. And that was just that. So at the end of the episode, we see Marlo. She's basically getting ready for her date. And, you know, she is very nervous. She says she's looking for a rich, sexy man. And I'm not mad, right? So Marlo, she's in the car. She calls Sonya, and Sonya's like, "Yeah, girl, I had a good time. We just got back from Drew's video shoot." And she was like, "Oh, I didn't get invited to that. You know what? Let me go call Drew with her fake ass."
I think on Drew's music video earlier. Oh wow, I didn't get an invite. I'm going on a first date. Let me call her FaceTime. She's so fake, she might flip over.
So in my head, with the conversation she having with Drew, I'm just gonna assume that she trolling Drew. I mean, ain't no way she just like, oh my God, she just trolling Drew because you just called her a fake ass bitch 5 seconds ago. So I'm like, I guess she's trolling her. Cool. So Marlo calls Drew, and Drew actually answered the phone. Marlo, in her produced fashion, she's like, "Hey, beautiful."
This fake bitch. Hi, beautiful. Hey.
What?
Hey, beautiful. How you doing, beautiful? Yes, beautiful. What's going on, beautiful? Yes.
It was just like, "Hey, girl," you know, real dry. She's like, "Yeah, I'm at my video shoot, but you know, it's kind of surprising that you're calling me." And Marlo's like, "Yeah, girl, I'm going on a blind date." And Drew's like, "Okay, that's cute, but you know, let's just be real with it, because the energy that you gave me the last time I seen you, like, it was just very uncalled for, and I want an apology."
If we're friends and you supposed to like this, you know what? I apologize. Good? Or you feel away? Absolutely. You're right.
So Marlo's like, "Yeah, you know, I didn't mean that, and you know, it is what it is. I apologize, this, that, and third, blah, 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 blah." Basically, it was not genuine. She's speeding past it, and then Drew's trying to continue with the conversation, like, "Yeah, you know, it really hurt my feelings, and I really feel you need to take accountability for what you did. If we're supposed to be friends, da 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 da,
And then we supposed to do this, and I went up for you, and I went down for you, and I went over there to Jamaica, and then we did that.
And Marlo said, "Click."
Bitch, get off my phone. She take the attitude. Bitch, you are built like a whole square. You are bad body. Your man don't even want you. Bitch, you are a deranged wannabe actor.
She hung the phone on Drew. She was just like, "Girl, shut the hell up. Just call her everything under the sun." And I'm just like, damn, you did not have to read this girl down like that, because like literally it was not that deep. But like I said, I went into the conversation that she was just gonna troll Drew. So it was what it was. Drew was just done to pick the phone up. Cause I wouldn't have. I'm like, girl, gone. So at the end of the episode, we see Marlo actually on her date with Scott Lee, and very, very, very handsome man. He has his own restaurant. He welcomes her to the restaurant with a bouquet of roses. The whole aesthetic of the restaurant. We didn't see the whole restaurant, but we just saw like the area that they were in. I mean, it seemed like a nice restaurant. The food looks very good. The drinks and the mixology of it all, because you know I'm a bartender, if people don't know, but the mixology of it all looks A1. So I'm just like, kudos to him. So they're over here whining and dining. They're connecting on the fact that they have kids.
Direction. But like I said, it's all for fun.
Let's try the bread.
And she's just like, you know, no, I'm just happy that, you know, he's very sexy. He's chocolate, this, that, and third. But she was like, okay, he got kids. He got one kid that's 14, one kid that's 2, and one kid that's 1. So Marlo was like, you know, that usually that's a deal breaker for me, but you know, at the end of that, I can make an exception. He fine. And then they start bonding over the fact that they both been to prison. That was the end of the episode. To be honest, I ain't gonna hold you. Marlo was not that bad this episode. I'm getting to the place where I can stomach her, because I'm realizing that Marlo probably ain't gonna ever be real on the show. So it is what it was. But I mean, she was funny. But y'all, let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.